My name is Yane Corey. I'm the president and founder of NextStep. 8 years ago, I broke my neck in a diving accident, and since then I've dedicated my life to helping people living with paralysis. I remember being in the hospital and being terrified and having so many questions and no answers. So that's why we decided to create this video to help you answer some of those questions and give you a basic guide to get you through this difficult situation and get you back to living your life. There is hope. You are going to go on to live a wonderful life, live out all your dreams. Right now, it seems like it's a super dark place, but trust me, if you work hard, stay focused, stay positive, you're going to have an amazing life. You're going to go back to work, go to school, get married, have kids, do all those things you always dreamed of. This injury is not the end of your life. It's just a bump in the road. So here are some of the basic things that you should know now that you're in the hospital. And remember, every injury is different, so this is just a basic guide to get you through this challenging time. First and foremost, don't listen to naysayers. There is hope. It sounds cheesy, it sounds cliche, but doctors are going to tell you that there's no hope for recovery. Don't listen to them. Rehab and therapies have come a long, long way. And there are a lot of amazing things out there that are going to help you through this situation. Attitude is everything in this situation. You must stay positive. Doctors are not going to determine your future. Your attitude is going to determine your recovery. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do to change the past and what has happened. So stay focused, focus on the moment, get healthy. You're going to go on to live a great life. This is just a bump in the road. Knowledge is power. Know your injury. First, I'll start at the Reeve Foundation website. Lots of great information there. I'll also download the SCI handbook. That's an amazing resource. I'd also check out the Care Cure Forum by Rutgers University, another great resource for people with spinal cord injury. Then, I'd educate myself about my injury. First, what is your injury level? Second, are you an incomplete or complete? And third, what is your ASIA score? Also, don't take no for an answer from insurance companies, healthcare providers, the hospital. When it comes to insurance, just make sure you go through each one of your bills line by line because mistakes can be made. Don't pay for anything that you should not. In the hospital, demand all the services that you want and deserve. Don't be afraid to ask for help. This is an extremely traumatic and difficult time. Your friends, your family, your community, they're all there to support you and they want to help. So don't ever feel bad about asking for help. You're not alone in this struggle. Nurses and case managers are now your best friends. Visit your case manager every day and often. They can really help you when you're going through this situation. Nurses are the same thing. They're dealing with so many different people. You want to be at the top of their list. So, like they say, a happy wife, happy life. Same goes for nurses. A happy nurse is a happy life. Give them chocolates, give them flowers, whatever you need to do. Your case managers and your nurses are now your best friends. So here are some things you need to know about your body. First of all, avoid pressure sores. Trust me, I had one. You do not want to have one. And pressure sores are a type of ulcer. They basically form when your body is irritated by something that it's not aware of. For example, a wrinkle in your sheets, a wrinkle in a piece of clothing. Things that small can irritate your body, and due to your paralysis, your body doesn't know what's irritating it, so it causes an ulcer. So here are some of the basic steps you can take to avoid pressure sores. First, make sure that there are no wrinkles in your clothing and your sheets. So have your family and your nurses check for wrinkles often. Second, change your bedding and clothing frequently. And third, you want to make sure that you're relieving pressure on your body. So in bed, make sure that your nurses are rolling you often, and in your chair, make sure that you're relieving pressure as well. So if you're able to, push yourself off your seat cushion or adjust yourself in that seat cushion as often as possible and ask for help when needed. Ideally, you want to sleep in an air mattress. Air mattresses are great for relieving pressure, and also make sure that the cushion on your wheelchair is customized to you. And finally, make sure that you're checking your skin every day and make sure that you're keeping your skin dry. Spasms, some people get them, some people don't. I personally had them after my injury, and the way I look at it is all movement is good movement. So it might not be a sign of recovery, but spasms are good in my opinion. Also, you might be offered muscle relaxers to help you with those spasms. I personally think avoid them if you can. Unless your spasms are so unbearable that you can't take it, avoid them because they can be addictive and they can also dull the senses. So one thing you need to know about is autonomic dysreflexia. And this is something that many health professionals do not talk to you about. When I was in the hospital, my doctors and nurses did not tell me about this. So you need to learn about it, what causes it, what are the symptoms, and how to deal with it. So similar to a pressure sore, autonomic dysreflexia is caused by something that's irritating your body, and your body doesn't know how to react to that. Due to your injury, your body might react to a certain stimulus in a different way from an able-bodied person. For example, if you have an ingrown toenail, your body might not register what is happening, so it reacts to that ingrown toenail. And what can happen is fevers, sweats, the chills, things of that nature might occur due to that ingrown toenail. Your body's basically freaking out. So if you're experiencing some of these symptoms, first thing you should do is alert your nurses, alert your doctor, or whoever's in the room with you. And then you want to try to lower your blood pressure. Now how you do that is by getting into a seated position and lowering your legs. And ask for help if you can't do that by yourself. And then also, you want to try to find out what is irritating your body. So look for a wrinkle, look for anything unusual going on in your body. And then finally, you want to take off any tight clothing or accessories. Also, make sure you download the Autonomic Dysreflexia wallet card from the Reeve Foundation website. Here's a link for that. And give this card to your nurses and your doctors as well. Click here to watch a video about autonomic dysreflexia so you can learn about all the symptoms and causes and how to deal with it. Getting healthy is your primary focus, but you do want to start your rehab as soon as possible, even when you're in the hospital. Your muscles start atrophying after 1 day. I lost almost 60 pounds in a matter of a week, so make sure when you're in the hospital, you start rehabbing. Move your toes, wiggle your fingers, do whatever you possibly can. Even if you can't move your toes or wiggle your fingers, think about doing it. And also, demand that you get physical therapy and occupational therapy when you're in the hospital, even if it's when you're just lying in your bed doing something. Nutrition is vital to your health more than ever. You want to make sure that you get on a good nutrition plan, so talk to your doctor and see if there's a nutritionist on staff. Also, drink lots and lots of water. It is so vital to your overall health and wellness. I also recommend downloading the Eat Well, Live Well Nutrition Guide. It has a lot of great information on there. So now when you're in the hospital, you need to start thinking about how you're going to transition to rehab and where you're going to go. You need to get progressive rehab. And I personally strongly recommend the Reeve Foundation Neuro Recovery Network Centers. And there are 7 of them around the country. And here's a link that you can click on to learn more about them. The most important thing about those centers are that they're focused on activity-based therapy and not traditional therapy. So for example, in my situation, I was completely paralyzed from the neck down. All I could do was move my arms just a little bit after my injury. And now, 8 years later, I'm able to walk with a walker. Traditional therapy would have told me not to focus on my legs because I'm never going to get them back. Activity-based therapy says there is hope for recovery. Focus on your lagging factors. Focus on what's weakest. Congratulations, you're now at rehab. This is the amazing time for where you get to start working out and start getting back to living your life. But the one thing you also need to understand is that this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it can be very discouraging at some points in time. And I remember the first days when I was in rehab, I could not even pick up a cotton ball. I was just so frustrated and angry, but you can't get that way. You got to take pride in all the small accomplishments and just understand it's a long road and just keep fighting through it. Also, when you're in rehab, typically they're going to prescribe a regimen for you. So give you a schedule, this is what you need to do every day, and this is what your insurance is going to cover. But you need to do more than that. Do everything you possibly can on your own as well. So demand that you're able to work out on your own. And here are some of the things that you can do on your own. You can get in a standing frame. Standing and getting weight bearing is extremely important. If you're able to, get in a new step machine and do as much cardiovascular exercise as you possibly can. Basically, demand everything from your physical therapist. If they can't help you, work out on your own or work out with your family members. Also, just remember that there's no magic pill. You need to make sure that you are healthy and working out as much as possible, so when new therapies come, you're able to take advantage of those. Once you get to rehab, you want to make sure that you get your own customized wheelchair as soon as possible. So talk to your case manager and get that ordered right away. You want to make sure that the person that comes in is an experienced person when they fit your wheelchair for you. And here are some of the companies that I personally like, but make sure that you educate yourselves about all of them out there. There are lots of them. Also, when you're in rehab, make sure you seek out others that are injured. Nobody understands what you're going through better than those that have lived it themselves. So talk to them, ask them any question that you have. There are millions of us out there, so we are happy to help. When I was in the hospital, I pimped out my room. So do whatever you can in your room to make it as comfortable as possible. DVD players, Blu-ray players, play some music, get speakers set up, bring in an Xbox, whatever you like to do, just ask for it, be nice, buy them chocolates, and have fun. Also, you want to learn best practices about catheterization and bowel management. So talk to your nurses and your doctors about that. It is really important to drink lots of water and just make sure that you understand some of the complications that could come along with urinary tract infections and bladder stones and things of that nature. Also, just learn to laugh and have fun again. The situation that you're in, it's crazy and it's absurd and it's very traumatic, but you are still you. So have fun, joke, and one thing I personally did was every day I just gave myself one thing to look forward to at the end of each day. It could be as simple as watching a movie, calling a friend, playing a game. Just give yourself one thing to look forward to after your rehab. Also, when you're in rehab, talk to a professional about how to prepare your home for your arrival. You might need to get ramps for your wheelchair if you do have a wheelchair. You're going to need to get yourself a bed. I recommend an air pressure bed. You might need to widen some of your doorways, and you also might take additional safety precautions in your house. So just make sure you talk to a professional about that. Well, welcome home, congratulations, and now it's time to get back living your life and living out all your dreams. Some of you may need nursing care, some of you won't. It can be challenging, but I recommend care.com is a great resource to find good nursing care. And I've also found some nursing care on Craigslist, but it can be a little bit more challenging. Typically, if you go through a nursing agency, they are going to be a lot more expensive. So I would recommend finding alternative solutions. So try care.com and hopefully that works for you. Now that you're out of rehab doesn't mean that rehab ends. You got to continue your rehab regimen, your fitness, health, and wellness regimen for the rest of your life. It is so important to get moving and exercising. As humans, we're not meant to be sitting down. It's really unhealthy for our organs and for our body. So make sure you get back to fitness as soon as possible. First thing I recommend is finding out if you have a NRN community facility in your local community. So click this link to see if you're in a community that offers a NRN facility. And if you don't have one, go to a local gym, find a trainer that you like, and learn about what you should be doing. And teach that trainer all the things that you learned at rehab, and learn about some of the progressive type of fitness that you could be doing while you're in a typical gym. If you have no NRN facility and there are no local gyms, or you just haven't found a trainer that you like, there's a lot of things that you can do at home as well. So here's some links to some great websites that can teach you about exercise and fitness at home. When you're at home, I also recommend purchasing some equipment for your home. The three main pieces of equipment I recommend are NextStep for cardiovascular exercise, functional electrical stimulation, or FES, and I also recommend a standing frame. Weight bearing is extremely important. Your mental wellness is extremely, extremely important. You may have never tried yoga or meditation, but I highly recommend it. Since my injury, I've tried to practice both and I've found them both very beneficial. So when it comes to yoga, here are some great websites that you can check out and some videos that you can learn more from. And also, when it comes to meditation, I recommend Headspace, which is a great app that you can download. And here's some other links that you can check out to learn more. Also, make sure you check out if there are adaptive sports available in your area. I can almost guarantee that there are. There's so many amazing organizations, and you can play almost any single sport out there. So whatever your sport is, make sure you find out what organizations are out there to get you back on the playing field and doing whatever it is you enjoy. If Here are a few that I recommend. Check out Life Rolls On, which is a fantastic organization that will get you back out there surfing. I tried that a couple years ago and it was an amazing experience. I also recommend checking out Disabled Sports USA. They have an amazing list of different recreational activities and sporting activities that you can do. Probably about 2.5 years after my injury, I was able to drive my own car and be almost completely independent throughout the day. And other than going out there and buying a car that is accessible, there are other ways to get around and you just need to research. One thing you can do is Google Access Paratransit, and there are many cities around the country that offer free, accessible taxi services for people in wheelchairs. Also, Uber is starting to roll out accessible rides all around the country. All public transportation pretty much needs to be accessible these days. Buses are accessible, subways are accessible. Not every station might be, but look into those opportunities as well for getting around your community or your city. So unfortunately, living with a spinal cord injury can be an extremely expensive endeavor. Everything costs a lot, as you know. But like I said, your friends, your family, and your community do want to support you. So make sure you reach out to them. There are some amazing crowdfunding platforms that you can use to raise money for whatever it is you need, whether it's medical equipment, buying a car, or just your everyday day-to-day needs. So make sure you check out some of these funding platforms and get friends for your helping family. They want to help. Another way to help with your financial needs is there are many organizations out there that give quality of life grants. So check out these amazing organizations and apply for a grant. And also, now that you're home, you want to make sure that you stay on top of all the current research and latest developments in spinal cord injury research. Check out some of the great stuff that Dr. Susan Harkema is doing with her epidural stimulation. And by the time you watch this, she might be doing something else, so make sure you're on top of it. Also, Rewalk and Exobionics are doing some amazing things. I also strongly recommend looking to see what kind of seminars and conferences are out there. Go to the Abilities Expo. They've got a bunch of great conferences throughout the course of the year. Unite to Fight Paralysis is another great organization that has some great seminars. So make sure you're just out there researching and finding out how you can learn more about your injury. Hours after my injury, the doctors told me that there's no hope for recovery. I would never walk again, and basically I would not be able to live out all the dreams that I had. And years later, I could not be happier. I have an amazing life. I got married, I have a great career, and I'm happy. And that really just shows that all you need to do is stay focused, stay determined, and have a positive outlook. And you'll be able to achieve whatever it is you want to. You have an amazing life that awaits, so get out there, get back to work, get back to school, socialize, have fun with your friends and your family, do whatever it is you love to do, and at the same time, inspire others. You have an amazing platform now to teach others and show them that you are capable of doing and living out your most wildest dreams. Also, there are many things that we did not capture in this video. This is simply meant as a basic guide to give you some tips to help you get through this. So those of you who are out there watching this, who've been through this situation, please provide your comments and suggestions. Every injury is different and everybody's situation is different. My situation is going to be very different from yours. So please, as many people out there, provide your recommendations. Let's help these people out who are watching this video.